Welcome on back and gather round, gang. It's time for some more Total War Warhammer 3. We are back for the next chapter in our legendary Ikit Claw campaign, where Itza has now moved in on Magritta, and we can just go ahead and auto resolve. Because guess what? I don't want to fight Quark and a bunch of Quaddles. Acceptable. We'll eat those captives, and that's the end of their invasion. We're going to build up, though, and then go teach Illustria a lesson. And then Vlad goes for an attack. This is actually quite a large army. Let's see if our rattling guns have what it takes to take on a massive force of undead. Let's grab some minutes below, though. And more leadership isn't really that necessary. We'll have 6 minutes below. 5 is probably acceptable. And let's take to the field. Alright. Begin our deployment. Reinforcement coming flooding out of the woods. That actually works for me just fine. That's what we will do, is set up in this valley. I'm gonna have my flamethrowers defending the flank. There's no way they go up and over the top. It's going to result in death. Snipers here. Let's go lightning cannon on this flank in more of a square. And the artillery spread out, or the plague claw spread out. Grab the other grinders, throw in the woods to hide them, and that'd be that. Have another set of rattling guns, maybe. They could choose to flank all the way around, but we can pretty well reorient ourselves to do the same. Okay, let's grab the ones that are invisible. Put them out on the flank here. The Heathbreakers can switch and take their position. Sure we are actually ready for anything there. One engineer in both positions. Ikit up front. We want everyone in their groups for sure. So grinders and flamethrowers, ranged artillery, rattling guns, be in guard mode pretty badly, and then everyone else. Let's do this. Death device is charged. Sweep around a little bit more. Is that a gaze of Dagash? Sure is. And not terrible damage. Let's go send the Doomflayer straight into these Crypt Ghouls. Chop them up. You guys do the same thing here. Isabella, welcome, welcome. Winged of Death is going to kill your troops more than mine. Isabella already getting sniped. Let's go ahead and slow her to a crawl. Snipers and lightning cannon, you deal with it, or you deal with poor Isabella. He's got less health than most of your wood elves. Already gone. Spree race. Focus that Vargulf together. No, thank you. Hit him with the you can't. Oh, I didn't get both. Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, no, I didn't get both of them. Yeah, I did. No problems. Bring the flayers back. Here come the others. Is that reload time up? Look, the horrors. Use your speed to get away from that. Doom Rocket into the next Cairn Wraith team. Let's get the Doom Flayers away from the dragons. They end up getting knocked over, though I'm not too concerned. Warp fire throwers change positions. Let's have Ikit Claw doing a lot to kill our flayers, which is fine by me. Those knights actually might make it. Not enough focus on them. You give the Rattling Guns any amount of time to shoot at Vlad, though, and he goes away almost immediately. Blast this guy. Glorious Warp Fire, do your job. Flank of some wolf rats. Can't have that. Oh, having to advance. That is so dumb. We just could put our guys in a bad spot. Yep. Bad, bad, bad. Come on then, flamethrowers, actually do something. We need to get back over to our line. Those Rattling Guns are just about gone. Gotta get the Crypt Horrors out of our front line.
What?
This was a nasty battle. Jezzail's Blast here, you need to advance. Grinders, and now. Backline with the Crypt Horrors. He's gone. There's another rather murderous lady, though. We need her to leave. Must reorganize quickly. Oh, I think we did enough damage to him. Oh, that was scary. Glorious win, though. So we do actually end up losing some of the Warp Grinders. It looked like they had a few models left. That feels like some shenanigans. Either way, that's a massive army of Vlads defeated. And then we'll simply loot and occupy to replenish as much as possible. Then we have the Crag Halls of Findle under attack. Ultiran and Tala. I'm gonna choose to auto-resolve. Yeah, no, you lose. Grinders are very replaceable. And a Biscuit now has the movable mountain. Taking out Gorok gives you more leadership and expert charge defense. Undeath Descendant for Ikit Claw, so he'll come back quickly after being wounded. And yeah, no, you Ura need to leave. Your army is not anywhere near threatening enough. Stay in Makrita. We'll have Biscuit. Just recruit a bunch of Skaven slaves. Go stand in front of all of our artillery. Global is still all used up. No, not quite. But these two wolf rats are not very exciting. Same thing with the grinders. For a fight against the Dobby inner road walls, the grinders won't be very useful. Because I'm gonna keep Rot as a defensive squad. So the other thing we'll want 2 grinders. Probably just as many Jezzails as we can field. That is a lot of armies of Skrik. Why are they all up here? Can't beat me at my home, so go after my weaker settlements. as per usual.
Chief Warlock.
If I'm allowed to declare war on you, I'm gonna take out these three all at once. Well, see, that's what I was saying. They're gonna need some iron blasters. 1.2 thousand missile strength.
Done.
Only got 2 of them though. Are we allowed to declare war on you yet?
Foulest meat.
We are. Okay.
More will consume you.
He's moving up to go fight our ball, but I do not trust this. So we're gonna go ahead and put him down now. Where is our ball? Hello there. There he is.
May you not know me as an enemy in your lifetime. You think...
My lifetime, huh? I think we'll be fine. Although Scrag needs some slaughtering. We're down as a little bit of the death dealers. Oh, and in the underways. That is exactly what we need. Oh, we ambush them. I don't mind an ambush either. Ogres actually tend to do pretty well in ambushes just because of how fast they are. How much damage they deal. I don't really want medium casualties, so let's deal with Big Bellower here. What spells do you have, sir? Nothing scary, and you just got Spirit Leech. Alright, the most concerning things in these armies, or this army, is the 2 Lead Belchers and the 2 Stonehorns. Alright. We're gonna be trying to escape from over here, which means this is where we're gonna want to... Oh. They're a long ways away from us this time. Oh, nice. Well, let's go Rattling Guns. Like so. We'll have 2 just in case they do try to fly up and over the top. Back more as defenders more than anything. 1 set of flamethrowers there should also be enough. Fire thrower here. Jezzail's across. There should be no escape. Artillery uphill. Lightning cannon. Firing directly on. Where are the things? They are directly in front of you. Use those eyes. Lob a Doom Rocket into the front line there. Here's your Spirit Leech, good for you. Lightning slams in. Alright, the leader's already gone. Gonna keep you guys stuck in close. None of our troops want to fight. We could also use Flinsing Ruin as like the Kislevite ice. Oh my. Even a scary looking ogre army. It's just thumped by the rats. And they start getting a little bit too close, you say, hey, there's a menace below summon. Enjoy. Grind up these Belchers. Flamethrowers get blasted too. Yeah, that's too bad. An absolute holding of bullets. They stood against our Doom Flayers for mere moments. Victory for Ikit. Alright, easy enough. We lost 2 of our flayers. We can just replenish them. Who's next? Or are they all gonna turn and run? It's a little bit too bad. Health poker. Surely the elves are not a big fan of being poked. I think next we want to hit the Iron Blasters directly. And we get to ambush them too. Well, let's get to work. Oh, they're all the way over here again? Yeah, same basic setup should work beautifully. Make sure our lightning cannons are able to hit his iron blasters first thing. Double death volley of rattling gun. Do 2 Jezzails on this angle. 1 Jezzail directly on. Have 1 rattling gun in the woods this time for defense. 2 rattling gun here, flamethrower here, and then the other warp fire thrower just in case they get close. We'll have them advance a bit. Grinders, you're still in charge of being shot. It's a rough job, but someone's got to do it. Alright, fast jump cut. Lady Wizard came in to discuss for a moment. She's got some situations going on with her work. They can best be described as leadership being functionally retarded. But you know what? We won't worry about that right now. We will destroy these ogres. But if you have prayers to give for the Lady Wizard, please, that'd be lovely. Bring the flares on away. They lose their leader pretty much right off the hit. We'll just drop the old Lindsay Ruin to slow them. Any Iron Blaster shots that land are going to hurt. So let's use these houses as cover. Where are the blasters? There's one. Oh, that's not. That's one of the lead belchers. Other thing is, because they are chariots, they're fairly maneuverable. Look out, boys! Magic! Drop in the minutes below, keep behind the trees. I don't even think we necessarily need the extra reload. It's useful. And now they're in range of the rattling guns, it's over. Make sure those Noblar flingers don't do anything. Yeah, they were more in trying to actually do something mode as opposed to fighting. Or like trying to escape, rather, is what I'm trying to say here. Alright, take 2 for Scragg's army. They lose. Let's go get the third one.
Ready. At once. We move.
And that's Crad down. I think next we'll just snack on those captives, fully replenish, and kill the next army. Dismantle Scragg's invasion one at a time. Scrag is going to be able to hit Aberheim, and there's nothing we can do about that, but... Old Order Thrud is next. He actually doesn't get ambushed. Let's see how the auto-resolve does against ogres. Spooky. Spooky for our front line. Not really for anyone else. Oh, and now we can scoot right past and go kill Scrag. How perfect. The entire invasion force defeated just by Ikit. No contest. And then for the Slaughterer himself, let's see what kind of army you have. Ooh, ambushed and with nothing but Noblars, that is a shame. The Maw Incarnate dies. His cast base chance minus 10%, and more wins in magic. As it turned out, the Maw that walks proved too slow for his adversary, and bullets. Bullets are a thing. No one can touch Ikit Claw, so we're just going to turn and get aggressive towards the undead. Also, Thrummute, how about you go ahead and claim Vertinos for me? Smash and grab. Vertinos is a minor settlement, so is Vorak. Getting them to tier 3 is going to be fairly cheap, all things considered, so we're going to probably do so. Sack. Occupy at tier 3. Yeah, it doesn't even take us out of the first tier of food. We are still quite plentiful. Still plentiful. Make Under Empire bigger. What do I decide? Oh, he hasn't moved yet. Still the same turn.
Warlock, master of scraps.
Biscuit, we don't really need Skaven slaves. What we need is Nuja back.
Warlock, master of scraps.
You can reach and march. There's something we can do. So how you get around your march dance woes is you basically just attack with one army. They aren't going to win, sure. But then we bring in the other army that is in march. We have them merge with the Biscuit. They will not be counted as being in march stance, and they'll basically be a full army of non-tired troops. Before we do launch that battle, though, that's not that useful. Let's go ahead and power Overload and Blast Master. Realize we were using Cleansing Ruin incorrectly. It's not for dealing damage, it's for dealing extra damage and weakening them on the way in. Making people just get absolutely melted by your machine guns. Tide of Death. Me. Rocket and Instructor.
The doom comes.
Triangulation and Calibration. So many skills.
Open the book of
Wow. Let's get Earthing there, and for Zap Spark,
death with filth.
pull your passives into Vermintide. Vermintide and Plague Rash. Overload for you, and let's go Engineering skill. The Warlock Master is very strong, but not the main part of the army. We just need him to buff up his troops.
Sorcerer, inventor, yes,
My biggest weakness in Warhammer is always using my mages as melee fighters. Always. And see, now this is an easy win. None of them are tired. And now we prepare for the invasion of Lustria. Plague Claw catapults work so well against the lizards. But we're not going to use them. Back up to tier 3, where it belonged. Then you can come on in and grab these catapults. Go ahead and grab 4 of them. And then we'll replace the Biscuits artillery with some lightning cannons. So 4 lightning cannons instead. Like 4 of them. Let's go. 2 lightning cannons, 2 doom wheels. Ilefitch, I'm gonna have you, because we defeated him so easily, I'm gonna have you just cease to exist for now. Be mad about it all you want, but I don't care. As far as Athaloran goes, we just have to make sure we sack all of the different settlements in here once for our victory. So let's jump over to the Crag Halls of Findle for some healing. And we'll move on the Oak of Ages. Horned Rat. Do we need to fight the Oak of Ages battle? No. No, we most certainly do not. Raise it just because. Now it's second. The Oak of Ages goes down a tier. Huge for the Wood Elves. We'll just jump back to the Crag Halls of Findle. Taking out the King's Glade, and then from there, just let the, not allies, but our myriad friends move in instead.
Slaughter the sheep.
It'll be interesting to see how well the Skinwolves' regeneration keeps them safe against our Rattling Guns. We haven't gotten to test the Rattling Guns against Nurgle or the Trolls just yet. Do I think it's going to go any better for Nurgle or the Trolls? No. It's going to be so much fun, though. It looks pretty well set up. I don't know if there's any of the settlements we need to go back and rebuild properly. This looks good. Sartosa up. Definitely need to get your walls. And then let's switch to growth. The beast split tail. Oh, there's Gorbad. Gorbad does not appear to be doing very well. Here in Vertinos. Walls, and you get more gold out of the breeding pit by 60. But this allows us to actually hold on to the settlement, so we're going to go for multiple Taskmaster platforms instead. Because Myrmidons is not going to be a main source of military might for us. Not even a little bit. Alright, Clan Molder.
Speak too slow.
If I was to give you all the moot, because I really don't care about the moot, what would you say? All the way up to military alliance, exactly what we need. 12,000 gold. Yeah, go ahead and have the moot.
Good for experiment trial.
We are his only military ally, so that should hopefully overwrite any of the other garbage. Keep working towards our confederation with him, and then declare war on the forces of chaos. Averheim up a tier. Let's see. Need to make sure we have defenses and Ezor, so Bob the Genius, or not Bob, Mute may stop his assault and come back in to defend Ezor. We'll see. King's Glade, let's get... Now we don't need an underway junction. We'll open our province tab here, get our gold spent wisely. Marienburg to tier 5, I think, is wisely. Rebuild everything we lost in Gizero. Full suite of upgrades that weren't bad. We have so much cash at this point, it does not matter. And then we need to turn and grab as many heroes as possible, so probably a Black Pit. We'll bring in Hadar the Fleet-Footed, and... Aldrich the Aggressive. How exciting. Subterranean Pit's really not doing anything good, but we're going to keep it in. It might.
The wheels
Can't build any more Doom Rockets, but are there any upgrades we don't have yet? Bio interfaces and deployable skewer blades. Look at that. Allows the Warlock Masters to plug into their Doom Flares, redirecting some of the warp energy to their own body. That is horrifying. And then what happens when you stick foldable blades onto the ones you already have? An inescapable maelstrom of screaming, agonizing, flaying death that only gives you leadership. Kind of a strange one. That must have been a nerf early on.
Warlock Master of Scryer.
Just go over a bunch of clan rats there. We know that when the end times or the in-game crises kick off, it's going to be mostly Dwarf that we're worried about. Especially where we're currently situated. This inland we're not going to upgrade. Same thing with Reichland. Out of on up. We're probably just gonna blitz the Slaneshi in one go. Kill them in pretty much one turn, maybe two.
Skaven blight, here's my knife.
Then Teleheim. Now I think we're creating Montfort works. Bristle Valley, Grimhold, and Asgaraz, that'd be awesome. Saving there in Altdorf for the tier 4, and then same thing in Nuln. Alright. Let's get another army started next turn. By next turn, I guess we can start the Skaven Blight. Another Warlock Master, Snivin the Cunning. Welcome, good sir. And then this army... What are we gonna build? Let's go for kind of a full Doom Wheel and Doom Flayer team. They'll need some Jezzails and other things to snipe important targets, especially important anti-large targets, but let's say 4 Doom Wheels, 4 Doom Flayers. Let's see what we have from there. More Chieftains. Actually, I think we're allowed more. 2 more chieftains, a lot more sorcerers, and 4 more packmasters. No packmasters in Magritta. Discipline is pretty good. Tactician. Then we'll have a packmaster in. I think both. Cool. So we'll get a chieftain here. Vader life. Stone the tough.
Me am boss.
Me am boss. I've got an absolute tidal wave of skill points to pass out. I'll catch you all next turn. On the intern, Karat attacks, and we can kill him. We've got a very powerful auto-resolve army now, guys. Sorry. Alright, we're the next turn. I realize only now that I did kill the recording just to try to save this, just in case we have any kind of crashes. So we're here in the next turn. Nothing really has gone on. I've just moved a bunch of our heroes into position. Country Music Rat has him a Packmaster, and he's soon to have a Chieftain. A Biscuit is just recruiting up his troops, and we're about to start our invasion of Lustria. In fact, Darth, you could use... Go Blade Claw and Doom Flayers here. Which is Triads. Soon we'll have ourselves some units we can steal from Boulder. That will be awesome.
Magic's energies.
Just waiting. Remute. We need you to go sack the Kingsglade. And that is our conquest of Athel Loren complete. Nice and easy. This warlock wants blood. Go sack the Oak of Ages as well. Teach these wood elves a lesson. And then run. Run towards the Crag Halls of Findle. Rat Surge. We have defeated them here, so we're gonna send you to be also a defender of Buftar. For when Karak Azorn comes back, or Clan Angren. Brief. Alright, we're gonna go up 1,700 here. We're not going to be able to afford all of our new units. We're recruiting. Hang on now. 3,000 out of just this army. This is kind of just banked money, isn't it? There, that allows us to actually recruit the units we want to here.
Good.
Ballistics Instructor. Mentor for even more skill point pacification.
Warlock ready.
Cleansing Ruin is incredible. Islev wishes the ice sheet did damage. And I'm kind of surprised it doesn't. Work bad up to the next tier. That is an absolute ton of Clan Mulder armies.
Where are my schematics?
Genius Bob. We can use the underways to keep the ogres at bay here, so we'll jump to this position. Rod's going to have to make a very important choice, and then from Mute, you are going to defend Zarax Hill. When the Dobby reappear, it's going to be nasty. We'll upgrade our now. Well, that's going up to tier 5. Same thing with Ziflin. And we'll take it up a tier. We can put in the growth buildings in both. And Nolan Reichland, we wait. Kadak Norn, we put in the walls whenever we're able. Not yet, though. And then Padawan, we upgrade those walls. I'd like to sell the Crag Halls of Findle eventually here, but let's let a couple more of these settlements get claimed before we do. In fact, Rat Surge is probably going to stay close enough to sack the Kingsblade repeatedly. That way we don't have to worry about the Wood Elves actually rebuilding. Super bad up a tier. Steingart, you might as well. start upgrading.
1.21
Do rockets in 2 turns. Go ahead and expand our silos. Find the next lord that needs movement. Ulsus.
Good plan scheme.
Your job is to defend Norn. But I don't think there's anyone with the skills to defend Norn like you. Eventually they'll make some money. It's going to take a while, but eventually they'll make some money here. Don't need this any longer. I will go ahead and grab the Warpstone Refinery, though. Most excellent. Pull up our Lords tab.
Your bubonic clan.
Yeah, I believe that's going to be all for this turn. They're improving. So our ball is going to be a tough one for us to get into a war with. We're going to have to try to join someone else's war with our ball and hope our guys don't have any issues with it. Same as we did with the Clan Moors last time. Alright, so skill points, and I'll catch you next turn. They attack us again in the underways, and we can just keep clicking the button of doom for the ogres.
Power before Chief Warlock Ikit
Oh,
Claw.
Vladdy, are you trying to... A lot of money for peace? Too bad we're not interested. Don't you know, Vlad, we're swarming the world. Boom Master for sure. And we've got a noise problem, too. Does it just more heroes have a higher chance of having more events, or I guess more lords, that is? Investigate. 50 more research rate is just insanely strong. Boom, Master for Battlefish.
Science.
We could, yeah, we'll move in here and take down Fungal Barak. Get back on our side. Won't even worry about sacking this time. Upgrade it immediately. Now let's not waste our population points. Go in for the expansionist planning here, though, and then with the defeat of that army, we can just kind of cross into Inkazar. Oh, there's a granite chunk over here. Old chunk of granite. Dead.
To battle. Take the Scryer.
Take full Scryer. Targog the Gut, his initial camp here in Majorca. What level is this thing?
I'm the one in charge, man.
You get to know what kind of buildings it has? I guess not. Doesn't really matter, but... Rimamute's attrition needs to cease. Although it looks like that's going to be the end for the Wood Elves quite soon. Alright, so jump through the underway. Here in Grimhold for maximum healing. Rat Surge, you should be able to go attack King's Blade once more.
Yes, yes. This Warlock.
Sack that just to make sure they don't get any kind of plans. And run.
Oh, sorry.
Run from Athaloran.
Batteries need recharge.
Go talk to
What
Wolfric.
That tells me you aren't here to duel.
Sell you these crag hulls. I don't believe military alliances count as strongest form of treaty when signed to replace a defensive alliance. Military allies can coordinate their military efforts. If the alliance is strong enough, an army can temporarily be requested. I think you still have to take the settlements. You can't rely on alliances. So we'll just take the gold for whatever, 36,000.
Agreed.
Alright, Fort Saul, not not worth defending. We will have to defend Karakirn. Do the underways over here, right next to.
Under Empire.
We're closing in on the end times.
Now.
Best walls possible at Bulfdar, and then we'll grab a rubbish pit for a bit of recruitment cost reduction. Save here, the Black Mountains as well. In fact, Norn's already upgrading. Let's go ahead and upgrade Asgaraz. The infrastructure in Shalom. Alright, that's our upgrades. You're currently ambushing. Staying in Zarakzil's good. Let's go ahead and have you come out. And go to an ambush. Hide, then kill. You've got your units.
Walk lightning.
You can go out in waves.
Machinations.
Me make clan stronger.
Me.
That sunken chest. 1500 treasury and some wax sealed rations, so way less attrition from high seas. Allows us to kind of be a bit aggressive about sailing across.
Pedal faster.
Paddle faster.
Keep water. Keep afloat.
We're not going to.
Warlock ready.
Alright, I'm gonna believe that's gonna be our turn here. Just a bunch of heroes, we'll send them on out. Next turn, we will send our troops across to start our invasion of Illustria. We'll try to begin at the Dragon Isles and move across from there, but we'll see what's weakest.
Knows who it.
We've got another Mechanical Claw. 16 bonus VLR is pretty nice. We shall seize it. We'll win some chromatic armor for glittering scales, or we copy the symbols for 35 more research. Let's copy those symbols. We've got some connivers as well. We shall reward the crane. So much cash. A little bit of monetary reward never went amiss. Slowly knocking out everything there is. Actually, letting the... That's going to power them up in terms of... Because they'll have the Oak of Ages. A little more Nightshade, a little less Mandrake. Perfect. There's a thing instead of giants. Yes, yes. Yeah, we'll have to have... Oh, maybe we need to build up a Clan Pestilence army to retake Lustria, too. So this one with the Plague Claw catapults. You're going to sit behind for just a moment. Let the others start rampaging around. You need to go find some Plague Monks. We'll have to recruit them through Global, huh? Yeah, you're in Nusha. 4 Plague Monk Sinister Bearers, and then... What else is Clan Pestilence flavored? Poison Wing Globes are. Nice combination of Pestilence and Scryer. Quickly upgrade the provinces, sweep through here. With a Rafa, we can probably just pick up. Weapons dump would be nice. The Plague. Look at us Plague Monks in general. Controls looking fine here. Let's go ahead and grab the rubbish bit. Marienburg. Oh, under siege. No problem. Eat captives. Upgrade Gorcel. We can switch to expansionist planning just to drop how much it costs to upgrade everything.
Machines and sorcery.
One turn there at Altdorf. In fact, let's go ahead and switch it to... We can't, because we don't have Eilhart. Expansionist planning here. Better bell, better gun. Weird. Oh yeah, you've kind of fallen back into Vungelbarak. Use the tunneling stance to jump into Schwarzhafen. And Rat Surge looks like we've got this. We'll let the Norskins handle things. Ambush down next to Wolfdar, Remamute. Push here. We just wait for the end time to kick off a little bit.
Monsters at my command. Me Alpha. Me train well best.
The Alpha.
Yes, yes.
I think you can handle a camp without even us having to get involved. Nice, easy. Chieftain took some damage. We'll go ahead and zoom towards Barakvar. What do they have here? Foam.
Says yes.
Here's what we'll do instead. Ambush on the other side of this bridge.
Then kill.
Chungus will very likely be the one that falls for that ambush. Scrot, I'm gonna have you go into an ambush outside of Karakirn. He's also going to tier 5. Build up another Doom Rocket. Feels going on cooldown. Red Grin stop over here. I'm pretty sure it's just our defensive lords. Let's check. Anyone who's in ambush currently is a defensive lord. Garth recruiting, Biscuit, where are you headed? It's across the seas. We can also just cut straight across and start bothering the Bretonnians. Yeah, let's go. March stance. We've got an ocean to cross. Ooh, we have an ocean to cross, but there's someone in the way. Quickly backspace that one out.
That will work.
Wakitsa, huh? Wakitsa, you have nothing that flies. You got some revive crystals and some barrier. Barrier might be all you need. How much is it? 200? If this Roxagore is able just to power through and start messing up Rattling guns, things aren't going to go well for us. That's why we have Menace below. Blood in the water. Let's go ahead and deploy on this side. We've got a lovely choke point we can use. Although this is much more immediate on the firing. 3 Rattling guns. Both Warp Fire in the woods here to stop any kind of flanking, and they're going to stop it with some aggression. One more Rattling gun facing this direction. 2 of our Jezzails. Lightning cannons behind them. I do like in this square formation quite a bit better. Blade Claw here, and then I want to throw... I think that would actually go. It would not go well for us. So the U2 Blade Claw. You can be your own artillery formation as well.
Ready.
Facing this way a little bit more. Storm Vermin and a double layer here. Then we've got our Doom Wheels to make sure no one gets close. Plague Priest, and our Engineer.
What orders?
Now we don't really need the groups, just the important guys in guard mode. And let it begin. Doom Wheels will go this way. The more you have your important targets in a certain flank, they tend to do the same. It's not a guarantee. They tend to do the same.
Warp blades charged. Warp lock Jezzails.
Sure, you Jezzails can cover both sides there.
Yes.
We're gonna go knock out these Cold One Riders.
Reiki Shriek. Warlock Master.
Are they tired? I thought they were in March on the high seas here, and they most definitely were not. Here comes the lightning. Get back over here and go for that ballistics instruction. Maximize our reload time. Disrupt their advance a little bit. The sheer volume of fire. I throw some back at us. Have the Doom Wheels turn in charge. You keep moving through. Try to Warp Gale both. Drop the Pterodon Riders. Be just enough Winds of Magic to make sure we can still cast Menace. There it is. Drop the menace below here. Horned ones are indeed spooky. Charge those blessed cold ones. Our Doom Wheels need some help. I guess we could use a nuke. Unit has been wiped out. Charge them, Storm Vermin, you come back. Come back behind the rest of our team here. Doom Wheels, are you free? Not yet. Flamethrowers, you advance and help out the Doom Wheels. Back torch these Pterodon Riders. Yeah, you can't advance through that. I don't know how tough you think you are. Get more minutes below. That leader's suffering a bit. It's good for you. Scars build character. And it's below and behind. You need to get away from those. Are Temple Guard. Temple Guard are fairly scary. Yeah, towards those Temple Guard. Oh, we got hit with a... Well, they've got the solar cannon hiding in the woods. Excellent. Alright, we only lose 48, which is great. Couple scratches on the Doom Wheel and a couple of our heroes, which we can very easily replenish. One of the positives of being Skaven. Alright, he's already up on his Doom Wheel. We'll let Garth level up using this random island. Knock out Kakitsa. Replenish. And hopefully we have just enough troops to make it across the seas here. Paddle faster. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. Still one we can probably survive, because it doesn't have anything that's able to really capitalize on top of the Quaddles. Gotta shoot the Quaddles down really quickly. How much missile resist? 25%? That's all they had. That's not enough, especially with 7,000 health. Drop it quickly. Still scary, and we're gonna be tired, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Everyone else ambushing. Beautiful. That, I believe, is going to be all the time we have got for today. Thank you all so much for logging on by today's Ikit Claw campaign. If you enjoyed the video, please do remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub, and I'll see you all in the next one.